It's time to cover everything about Hardlight. What's going on, guys? This is your boy No Name Found with another video. Today we are going to cover everything about one of the most fun power in the game, that is Hardlight. So don't blame me if the guide will be too long, but when you wanna cover a power set you have to go in depth about everything. But don't worry, I am putting a timestamp on the first comment in the comment section below, so you can jump immediately on the section that you wanna watch. Another thing I have to say that my voice it's a little bit bad, guys, so apologies if my voice sounds like an horror movie, but I started to feel sick a couple of days ago and I'm trying to do my best. So try to don't waste time and let's jump immediately on the guide. Before starting talking about loadouts and in-depth rotation, it's better to take a look about which kind of white mods, trinkets, artifacts and augments we are going to use. So starting from the white mods, of course, on the weapon we want to always choose Blast Adapter 5 because we are going to do a lot of weapon taps to cancel the animation of our skill. Then on the head, Supercharged Neovenom Boost, it's always worth to increase all of our damage when we are under the effect of the supercharge. On the neck, Escalating Might 5. On the back, Berserk, for the simple reason that this is the only choice that we have for Hardlight. We don't have a nice one. On the chest, of course, Penetrating Strikes because the core strength is still bugged. On legs, Restorative Whip Thrush. This is really good because Whip Thrush it's the main skill that we are going to use at least for the melee rotation. On the hands, Max Damage, the best white mod for a DPS, Might or Prec. On the feet, Tumbling Master, that it's really good for movement. Sometimes this white mod is going to save you from a certain death. And talking about the trinket, guys, I wanna always choose the supply drop. This is a static one. Then the dark construct, but at least for the melee or the ranged one, not for the single target. And the common trinket. So I have the 263, but you have to use the 265, and of course the orbital. Talking about the artifact, guys, the best combination that I can suggest it's the transformation card, the strategist card, and the Grimorium Verum. Unfortunately, I don't have the Grimorium Verum. I am slowly leveling up this artifact. I got at rank 140 now, and I have to bring this one at minimum 160. So I want to suggest you guys to use the transformation card all the time. So transformation and the strategist. 80-85% of the time it's the first choice for a DPS. It doesn't matter if you're playing Precision or Might. The third slot, like I always said, it's just a jolly, depend which kind of power set rotation you are playing, but specifically for Hardlight we want to choose the Grimorium Verum. So getting rid of a power interaction applier, it's just really good, so we can put another skill that will be more useful and will do more damage. Talking about the augments, of course, everything must be at Might, because this section is covering the Might part of the power set. And don't forget to change the adaptive augments according on which kind of content you are playing. Because, like you know, the developers, starting from the Titan DLC, have started to make different adaptive augments depending on the content that you are going to play. So don't forget to switch the adaptive augments depending on the content that you are playing. As origin augments, guys, it's the same. Don't forget to rank up the origin augments, because since the last game update, the maximum rank is 267, and of course all of them as might. Talking about the skill point spec of this power set on the Might version, of course, starting from the weapon, we want to just put the first point on the weapon that you are going to use. It doesn't matter which kind of weapon, as Might. And then moving to the super speed, of course, speed force, it's the first one. Then we are going to choose one random one to reach the bottom, and we are going to unlock the knockback resistant and the restrain resistant, and then the whirling dervish. But the whirling dervish just for the melee rotation of players who are using the super speed. As iconic power, of course, we are going to use the Neo Venom boost, the Sonic Cry, that is a burst damage and a power interaction applier, and of course the robot sidekick, that is always worth. As a stats point, of course, we are going always to choose focused superpower, 20 point on critical attack chance, 40 on critical attack damage. I usually put a couple of skill point on precision just to have a better damage when I am going to do the weapon reject tap to cancel the animation, but feel free to skip those. And then, of course, maximize the might and power for the power pool and the percent of might, and the rest of skill points, of course, on the HP. Talking about the melee rotation, guys, this can be a little bit different if you are using super speed or if you're using another movement. So start covering the super speed one. It's Sonic Cry as first one, because like we said, it's a power interaction applier at 360 and a burst damage at 360. That's not bad at all. It's going to crit like crazy, depend how many might you have, of course. The second one, it's Whip Trash. We are going to use this one with the combo, but we are going to cancel the animation of the second Whip Trash with the lightweight. And standing on lightweight for something like 2 seconds and a half, then we are going to press the ranged attack to get rid of the lightweight, and immediately doing the whirling dervish. And just for 2 seconds and a half, 3 seconds, then we are going to weapon tap the whirling dervish to start again our rotation. So if you are not using the super speed as movement, I wanna always suggest you guys to put impact, that it's basically the same rotation. Starting with the Sonic Cry, then Whip Trash two times. The second one is going to be clipped with the lightweight. When you are standing with the lightweight for 2 seconds and a half, so ranged tap once again to get rid of the lightweight, and going with the impact with no combo at all, and just repeat. This is really, really simple, guys. But don't worry, I'm going to show you everything. Okay, guys, starting talking about the ranged loadout and rotation later. Artlight is always performing good, spamming just RAM and fun, but I made a little variation about this one because sometimes it can be boring to just spam one power. So I choose a lightweight strike that it's always a power interaction applier because I am playing without the Grimorium Verum, and it's a supercharged generator as well. Then we have Inspiration, that it's mainly for clipping, so this one is not having any effect if you're not wearing the white mod on the head as a critical inspiration, but we don't need any kind of critical because we are wearing already the transformation card that are giving us a lot of critical strike damage and critical strike chance. Then we have Ram. We are doing Ram in combo with as tap ranged as fun, and we are going to cancel the animation with minigun after 3 seconds, ranged tap as Ram, and repeat. Of course, we wanna always use the robot sidekick and the Neon Venom boost for as a supercharge that is going to bump all of our damage. But don't worry guys, I'm going to show you everything. Okay guys, talking about the single target loadout, I made a tricky version of this one, and I wanna explain everything because this one it's a little bit complicated if I don't explain everything. I've chosen the lightweight strike that it's always worth because it's a supercharge generator and a power interaction applier, so it's totally worth to use it even if you are not using the Grimorium Verum. Then of course the end clap, that it's the main damage as a single target with the grasping end, and as a fourth skill I've choose Ram because this one can turn into interesting combo depending on the situation that we are playing. If we tap melee we can do whip trash, if we hold melee we can snap trap, and if we tap range we can do fun. So this one it's a versatile skill depend on the situation and which kind of content you are playing. Usually for a pure single target boss fight, like for example a single boss fight, you are starting with the lightweight strike, that is the power interaction and the supercharge generator, 3 time end clap, but the third end clap will be clipped with the grasping end, and you are going to clip as well the grasping end pull, that it's the old melee with the ram, and depending on the situation you can choose if doing the whip trash if you have multiple enemies, or just snap trap to apply a damage over time about the snap trap and just repeat. So this is one of the most fun combination as a single target I found, guys. Of course, you don't need the head vision because you are doing more damage just with the end clap and the grasping ends. Okay guys, talking about the precision part of this power set, we have to take a look on the exactly same stuff that we did previously, starting from the white mode. So this is the melee version with the two-handed. Of course, we are going to choose the blast adapter 5, always worth. On the head as well, supercharged Neo Venom Boost 3. On the neck, Relentless Precision 5. On the back, Accelerated Inspiration, that it's the weapon buff, always worth. On the chest, Penetrating Strike. On the legs, Restorative Whip Trash, but this doesn't matter because there is not a good white mod for a Prec version of the power set. Always max damage on the hands, and of course on the feet, Tumbling Master. Talking about the trinkets, we want to always include the supply drop, followed with the Dark Construct back trinket, and the regular trinket as well, plus the classic orbital that can never miss in a DPS loadout. Talking about the artifact, so artifact guys, for a precision DPS, doesn't matter which is your power set, will be always the same combination. So always the transformation card, the strategist, and the Neo Venom Wrist Dispenser. So actually I don't have this one, but just in case if you have the Grimorium Verum, it's fine. It's fine anyway. Would work better with so in 99% of the cases the Neo Venom Wrist Dispenser, it's always better compared to the Grimorium Verum because you don't need any kind of power interaction on as precision, so it's always better. But just in case you don't have the Grimorium Verum at a decent level, not like mine, will do the trick, absolutely. Talking about augments, guys, this is a precision version, so we already know that we have to wear always the precision adaptive augments, so once again it depends on the content that you are going to play, and as well on the origin augments as well as precision, so all of them as precision. One thing that I forgot to cover previously on the Might version, guys, are just the generator mod. As mod, of course, you wanna always go as a power for the blue one, all of them, as a support, because this is a power set that can be a troller, or the yellow one, vitalization, absolutely, and as offense, might or precision, depend which kind of build you're going to play and focus more. So in my case, I have might because I am playing might. I was playing precision science a lot of amounts. I got bored and I have switched as might to have fun. As affinity, it's the same, guys. So the type A and type B, might or precision, depending which one you are playing. As a third one, the buff master do the trick, and the fourth one, it's power strategies. So I wanna remind you guys that those affinity bonuses will be activated when you run piece of elite gear or omnipotence items. Okay guys, I'm talking about the skill point spec on a Prec build. Of course, we have to start on weapon. This one is the two-handed one, and you wanna unlock every single combo as two-handed. And I will suggest to unlock this one, and I will show you why you have to unlock the two-handed mastery, even if you are playing just the Doom Spin, because for some reason you are getting more precision. But I will show you. Then, when you put your skill points on the two-handed, it's time to move to the super speed. Of course, the speed force, just unlock one random. The face dodge for people who are playing the super speed. Knockback resistant and restrain resistant as well. Iconic power as Sonic Cry, Neo Venom Boost, and Robot Sidekick, followed with the stats points of Focused Weapon Expert, 20 point on critical attack chance, 40 critical attack damage, maximize the precision. I always put a couple of skill points on might and power for the power pool and to have a better damage with the burst damage skill, and of course the rest on HP. This is for the melee one. This is exactly the same, guys, for the ranged one. So that means a flurry shot. So, as a weapon, of course, you want to start on dual wield, everything on dual wield, and of course on bow as well, and just going back and unlock the flurry shot mastery and the explosive shot mastery. This one is for a pure single target, and this one is for the AoE. Followed with the super speed, of course, speed force, tornado pool. It's really good for single target. It doesn't matter which kind of power set you are playing, and face dodge to cancel the animation. Followed with the iconic power that we are going to unlock always the Neo Venom boost. It's the best supercharge for a Prec for 90% of the power set. Robot sidekick, of course, and as stats point, of course, focus weapon expert, 20-point critical attack chance, 40 maximize, then might and power, and the rest on HP. Talking about the loadout of the melee version of this power set, the loadout are always almost the same. Something is going to change according to which kind of power set you are playing, but 90% of the time the loadout as precision are always the same, guys. So we are going to choose, of course, a Sonic Cry, 360 grades damage are the hitter, because we are don't forget that we have put a lot of skill point on might as well. Inspiration, it's the weapon buff that is going to proc your Neo Venom dispenser in case you are using, and the face dodge, of course, to cancel the animation of the first two or the first three. So you can go with this loadout, or you can go with this one. So 1, 2, and 3 with the light barrier, everything clipped with the face dodge, and of course robot sidekick and Neo Venom boost as a supercharge. Okay, guys, I'm talking about the support side of this power set. I want to start immediately with the generator mode. Like we said, all of them as power for the blue one, because we want to always have a nice power pool, and for the yellow one, of course, vitalization. As affinity bonuses, guys, of course, the type C and type D, always the buff master and power strategist. Talking about guys the gear, of course, as weapon, I wanna always suggest you to use the end blasters, for the simple reason that with the solar flame you have a nice supercharge regeneration, and inside this one we are going to use the replenishing adapter 5. So when this one is going to proc, we have an additional tick of power for the entire group. As add, of course, supercharged group shield free. This is really good to shield everyone and giving power over time, and getting 5% back as a supercharge. It's not bad at all. As neck, of course, we want to use escalating replenishing procs 5. This is really good because it increases our critical power chance by 5% for 6 seconds when we use a group power healing. This is not bad at all. As back, we want to have accelerator light barrier, for the simple reason that sometimes this one can help you to rest someone who is going to die, so that's not bad at all. As a chest, power efficiency, for the simple reason that we wanna spend less power when we are going to do our rotation. On the legs, restorative whip thrush, it's really good because in this guide I'm going to include the whip thrush as a defense debuff, because I don't like to match the light blast, for the simple reason that light blast, it's a super range skill, but it's not clippable, or it's not entire clippable, and I don't like the idea. So that's why I am going to include the whip thrush as a defense debuff. On the hands, of course, we want to have always max damage, because other are totally useless, guys. And on the feet, of course, we want to always have a tumbling mask, that is an excellent movement skill. Talking about the trinket, guys, of course, we want to always include the supply drop. This is a must for every role. As first trinket, I don't have this one, guys. I am running the dark construct, but if you have, I want to suggest you to use the seasonal summer trinket of the controllers. That's really good because it's a kind of trinket that have a different cooldown compared to the regular one. So the second trinket, of course, the regular one with the summer event one as a vitalization, and of course the last one will be always the orbital. Talking about the artifact, guys, this is a little bit tricky, because this is totally up to how you wanna focus your buff. You want to always include the classic parasite and the amulet of Ra. So with the parasite, you are getting you are giving a buff of a percent of your vitalization that is going to be converted as power, and the precision equal to a percent of our vitalization. That's not bad at all. Plus the fact that you are going to empower your debuff by a certain kind of percent, depend on the level of your amulet of Ra. The third one, it's totally up to you, guys. The third one, I want to suggest you the Scrap of the Soul Clock. This is the classic combination for a buff troll if you want to focus more on the supercharge, or you can include another artifact that I found really good. Unfortunately, I don't have that. It's the Cog of the Mageddon, because when you are in DPS role or control role, a percent of your HP will be converted as precision. So if you have a lot of precision DPS in your group, running the Cog of the Mageddon, it's not bad at all. Or otherwise, if you want to focus more on a supercharge one, Scrap of the Soul Clock, it's absolutely fine. Talking about the augments, Sorry guys. Talking about the augments, of course we wanna always include the adaptive augments according to for which kind of episode we are playing, plus the origin one, everything has vitalization. And also don't forget to rank up your augments, because since the last game update the rank is changed, so now the cap is 267. Talking about the spec, guys, this is really easy. Starting from the weapon and blaster, I always suggest to unlock just the solar flame, so 3 points on the weapon, and then switching to the super speed, just the speed force or the movement that you are using. It doesn't matter if it's acrobatics, fly, skimming, absolutely doesn't matter. On iconic power you don't need absolutely nothing, and on stats points this is where people are discussing. So a lot of people prefer to run super powered for the simple reason that you are getting a power regeneration back. But I guess that as a controller I wanna always go as hybrid, for the simple reason that if I choose a super powered one, I am just losing 5% of dominance and 5% of vitalization. So that means the entire buff of my entire dominance and my entire vitalization for no reason. So of course we wanna always choose hybrid. And as BattleTroll, guys, of course, 20 point on critical power chance, 10 point on magnitude, a couple of skill points on might and power. So I found the perfection of my power pool, just putting a 200, 220, 210 skill point on the might and power, because just in case you're wondering, guys, you can ask me why you are putting your skill points on might and power if you are not a DPS, but putting skill points here means that you are getting a better power pool, and that means you can spam more power, more recharge, and more debuff. When you put something like 200, 210, 220 skill points on might and power, you can always full the vitalization. Talking about the BattleTroll, this is the last chapter of this in-depth guide. As BattleTroll, you have to do damage, guys. This is what you have to do, and at the same time maintaining the power of your group with just the power over time, because you can't do any kind of instant recharge, because the glow is going to buff your group instead of giving power. So the entire gear that you have to wear, it's always DPS, with a couple of change compared to the DPS one. On the weapon you wanna always have the blast adapter 5 like DPS. On the head you wanna wear the supercharged group shielding 3, because this is just the only support skill that you are putting on your loadout. As neck, of course, relentless precision. On the back, doesn't matter, guys. On the back, you can put accelerated inspiration. You can put as well accelerated light shield. Doesn't matter, guys. This is totally up to you, but it's not influent at all. On the chest, you have to choose always a penetrating strike, because you are doing damage. On the legs, restorative whip trash, but doesn't matter at all, as you have to think like a Prec DPS. On the ends, of course, max damage, and like every other single time, of course, on the feet, Tumbling Master. Talking about the trinket, it's absolutely the same thing as a precision DPS, so the supply drop, the Dark Construct Bat, or the Seahorse if you are doing a pure single target, the regular trinket, and of course the orbital. Talking about the artifact, guys, of course, you must have the claw, and it's the claw at minimum 160, otherwise it's absolutely useless that you are building this armory. So the claw that is going to buff entire your group, followed by the amulet of Rao, that it's making the buff stronger, and the third one will be the transformation card or the Neo Venom Wrist Dispenser. This is totally up to you, but I want to suggest always the transformation card, because the transformation card is going to bump up all of your damage. This is for the gear. Talking about augments, exactly the same stuff, guys, as a precision DPS, adaptive and origin as a precision, absolutely. And on the generator mod as well, everything must be as offense as precision, because this is a precision-based build, and as blue one, of course, power, because you are always on troll roll and you wanna have a better power pool. The rotation, guys, is absolutely useless that I'm going to show you, because as rotation it's exactly the same. So you wanna clip the first three powers, because you are doing and you are going to do just the defense debuff to your target or targets. So you wanna always clip 1, 2, and 3. Buffing your group and start punching depending on which kind of situation you have to fight. So if you have just one single target, just going as flurry shot, or otherwise on explosive shot as multi-target. Nothing particularly complicated, guys, just use your shield when you have to rest someone, or just use your supercharge when your group is struggling with the power. Nothing less, nothing more. Okay, guys, I guess that's it for this. No, this is not a long guide, it's a decent one, so you can't blame me this time. Of course, guys, I hope you enjoyed this guide. Don't forget to let me know how you feel with this kind of spec. Doesn't matter if you're playing Might, Precision, let me know on the comment section below. And also don't forget that I am streaming every single day, starting from Monday to Friday, starting from 3 p.m. Central European time. So if you want to hang out here with me and with us, you are more than welcome. Once again, thank you so much, guys, for watching, and of course we will see in the next one. Peace out.